Welcome to the Mindful Making video podcast. If you are into yarn and into making and into knitting in particular, you have landed in the right place. I'm Jane and I am coming to you from Hornsby Heights, which is north of Sydney in Australia. Before we start this video and this episode, I just want to acknowledge country. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands that I am sending to you from today. I am on Darug Ku-ring-gai land and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. And I wish that we can all give the first people of Australia the honour and the respect that they deserve. Welcome into my craft room here in Hornsby. Today it is Saturday the 20th of August and we have reached episode number 42, which is pretty amazing. And yes, end of August, so I don't know where time flies. It's just seemed to go faster and faster. Anyway, we are here now and today will be a special episode because, as I've promised, and I think that many of you have looked forward to, I will invite you to join me in a time machine. So we will go back in time to when I visited Denmark in July, and I will share some small videos from my trip throughout this episode. Of course, there will be plenty of yarn and knitting chats as well, and I will share some of the projects that I worked on while being there. Before we start, just let me tell you what I am wearing. I am wearing the gumnut tee, which is my latest design, released in the beginning of August. And I just want to thank you so much for all the positive comments I have received in relation to this design. Many of you really like the color work and the opportunities to go stash diving to find suitable colors that just fits into this project. Many of you have purchased the pattern, so thank you, a heartfelt thank you for that. And I can't wait to see all the gumnut tees that will appear on the social media platforms, you know, Instagram and Facebook over time. And please use the hashtag gumnuttee and tag mindful making when you post on social media, because I just want to see, or I'm curious, I want to see the beautiful tees that you are making. So thank you so much. If you want to hear more about the gumnut tee, go back to the last episode, which is dedicated to this new design. But let's go back to Denmark. This video is from the first week when we were there, my daughter and I, and it's from the northern part of Denmark in Jutland, around Aalborg. So there is footage from the beach at Blokhus. We were there with my family. My sister-in-law turned 50, so we celebrated her birthday. And then there are a few video clips from Aalborg where we had a walk, you know, and a bit of shopping. So I hope you will enjoy. Welcome on board Thai Airways, Sydney to Bangkok and Bangkok to Copenhagen. Here we are finally on a plane again, me and my daughter, very happy to be photographed and just enjoying the ability to travel again. Bangkok Airport, where we stayed for 9 hours. The status of my holiday project, the Sarissa Shawl, I think when landing in Bangkok. Here we are back in Denmark. We are on the bridge from Sjælland to Fyn. It's the most beautiful bridge on earth, at least those bridges that I have seen. I will just let you enjoy it. Approaching Blokhus, summer in Denmark. Here we are in Blokhus. This is a rescue station, an old one, traditional rescue station with a rescue boat in behind those doors. And this stone honors the sailors and that lost their lives. I had many walks along the beach in Blokhus. This is a typical Danish summer day. Plenty of wind, clouds, but still 22 degrees Celsius. I did say plenty of wind. And here I am finding my own footsteps. I had a walk on the beach every single day, and I enjoyed it so much. Walks in the beautiful Danish green forests. And here we are in Aalborg. Beautiful old buildings and narrow streets. A perfect day with a delicious lunch. The Sarissa Shawl, as I am working through it during our stay here in Aalborg. Welcome back to August, and that video leads me into the first work in progress project, because it is made of yarn that I bought in Aalborg. It is here, and it is this pretty, breezy summer tea, and super luxe delicious dark green. Maybe it looks a bit, like a dark teal on the camera. It is actually a very deep, we will call it bottle green, but with blue undertones and a bit of dark underneath as well. It is the breezy summer tea. It is worked in a 100% cashmere from Gepard garn, and then I have just added, to give it a bit more strength, because the cashmere is quite brittle and it breaks easy, so I've added a thread of 100% silk. And it has actually stalled a bit because I ran out of yarn. There are 2 balls of 25 grams of the cashmere here, and my sister-in-law has just sent a 3rd skein, so I can finish this, because this is for her. When we visited a lovely shop called Garn 22 in Aalborg, she absolutely fell in love with the cashmere and this color. And then she said, "Oh, do you think this is good? Is this good on me?" And of course it is. Be beautiful, pretty. And then she said, "Would you knit it for me?" And of course I will. So I actually worked on this while we were in Denmark, and thought and hoped that I could finish it while we were there, but I ran out of yarn. So this is actually what I did while we were visiting. And this is how much is left of the cashmere. And this is then the cone of very thin, it looks like a just a sewing machine thread. Very, very fine. So it of course needs another yarn to go with it, so it has to be held double, or yeah, held together with another yarn. But it just gives some strength, because, well, silk is just very robust and strong is what I want to say. The silk is just very, very strong, so it adds then to the durability and the for use in this cashmere jumper. And then I don't know whether you can see it on camera, but it adds just a bit of shine to it as well. And I was so lucky that these two colors just work very well together and are very close to each other. So this was bought in garn 22, and this is bought in Castell. It's 100% mulberry silk. I can't remember how much is on this cone, but there will be for sure enough yarn to make several tops and jumpers, adding in this very thin thread of yarn. Soon I will receive skein number 3, and this will be done in, well, very quickly. I like this, working on small needles. It's worked on a 275, so it is a very, very thin needle and thin yarn, but it's just that rhythmic of plain stockinette that I really enjoy. Yeah, so now I'm just waiting for the postman to arrive and to deliver that package. Love the color, love the yarn, love the project. This is a size extra small for her. It's just super luxe delish. Yum. That is the first work in progress. It's actually just hibernating for a bit until I get the third ball of yarn. Time to go back to Denmark. This time join me when I visited my old neighborhood and my son in Copenhagen. So we did a tour. We were tourists a day, so I'll also take you on a harbor cruise. That's probably not what you call it. One of the tour boats in Copenhagen harbor. I hope you will enjoy.
meget siger. Jeg håber, vi får en rigtig god tur. Last thing, hope that we get a very, very good trip. The weather is beautiful today. Første lave bro kommer her, og det er en meget lav bro i dag. Vi ligger højt i vandet. First low bridge coming up here, and we are very high in the water today, so please be seated and please take care. Thank you.
Ja.
I England?
Og så lige pludselig så, når I Legoland.
Nå.
Welcome back again, and now we will talk about the project that I had prepared and chosen to be my holiday knitting project, a project that I could bring on to the long flights and the waiting time sitting in Bangkok airport. And I had chosen to work on a Sarissa shawl. And it is finished, and I had the motivation that I had a wedding while we were on holiday, so this was my wedding shawl, so it had to be finished. The Sarissa shawl has these panels of stockinette stitches and then changing between fingering weight and then a silk mohair. It's asymmetrical, it's garter stitch, it's lovely breeze of, you know, garter stitches, just knit, knit, knit. And then there are sort of wedges in with the colored yarn. I chose a lace weight yarn for this particular shawl. You can find the pattern on my website, mindfulmaking.com.au, and also on Ravelry. And the pattern is written for or designed for a fingering weight as the main color. But I chose a lace weight for this, and it's feathery light, beautiful drape, and amazing colors, which I hope maybe you can see. So garter stitches, and then just ending with this lace border and a picot edge to just frame it all beautifully. The yarn that I used for this is an amazing yarn, which is it's 50-50 basically, superfine merino and silk. It is dyed by Bonnie. She is Union Fiber. She is from New Zealand, and she doesn't have this color right now. It varies what she has in her shop, and I can't remember the name. It's a beautiful gray green with a few speckles of brown, orange, but just tiny bits. It's stunning. And then I paired it with an Isager silk mohair, and it is color, move it up. It is color, can't say, color 0. Color 0. For this tee I have used around approximately 70 grams of the main yarn, and then 27 grams of the silk mohair, so it weighs nothing. Yeah, very happy with this. And maybe you want to see me wearing it when we went to my nephew's wedding. So here is a video from when we were in Norway. We lived with my sister, and I have 2 siblings there, my older sister and my older brother, and it was my older brother's son who got married. Beautiful wedding, and I got to wear this pretty shawl. It was such a beautiful day. not only, you know, beautiful wedding, but just after 5 years to see my entire family was just a bliss. It was really, really nice, and sort of my heart is filled. Yeah, it was a beautiful, lovely day. And I got to spend time with my sister. She is an avid knitter. So it was all about knitting, chatting away. My sister-in-law, my younger brother's wife as well, knits. So we were just sitting around the not the dining table, around the in the lounge, and also sometimes, you know, we watched Tour de France, because that was just big. Tour de France has been had their first 3 stages in Denmark. So and of course, as you know, a Dane won the Tour de France this year. So it was just euphoria of you know, of euphoria around that experience and cycling, and it was just amazing. So with that Tour de France, you know, it was yellow everywhere. Before I left, I had thought, oh, I think I need a bright yellow top. Why not? It's not usually my style for being so colorful. Usually I love the muted, neutral tones, and I still do, but hang on, a new finished object, which is not usually my type of color. Da da da! Powerful, powerful yellow. This is a top called Castell. It is from Filcolana, a Danish yarn company. They have this pattern. It's free and can be downloaded from their website, filcolana.dk. I will put it. You can find links to everything I mention on my website, where the show notes are, and there is a direct link to the show notes in this description box below. So I will link to this pattern as well. Super easy, fun knit, and I love the result. I never thought I would wear yellow, but here I am, feeling marvelous in bright, shiny yellow. I think I knitted size medium, but I actually can't remember. Easy knit. It was actually my project while flying back. I started it while in Norway, and then I was almost finished when arriving home at Sydney Airport again. It is worked in a mixture, so it's one strand of a sock yarn held together with a silk mohair. And these are the leftovers of those yarns. So it's a bright yellow. And my older son, he said, "Oh, you never wear yellow." But I did. I love it. So this is bright. I can't remember the color number, but I'll find it if I hadn't put it down in my notebook. And then I thought I would just tone it down slightly with this sunshine colored yarn that has a bit more warmth to it. This is their yarn called Tilia, and this is Avetta Classic. Okay, well, I'm happy I have my notebook. These are the labels. So this one is color number 255, Filcolana Abeta Classic, and then Tilia, their silk mohair, is color 196. And I have used 730 grams of each color. No, 730 meters. Varying grams. Size medium, and it's worked on a 4mm needle, US 6. And what my notes are here: delicious yarn, very soft, non-itchy, lovely project, which I can recommend. Yeah. Happy, happy? Happy, happy. In the next video you will see more yellow, because here you will see some of the decorations that were in the streets of Områ. We arrived there just the day after that the Tour de France train has come through the city. Everything was yellow. And then you would also, which you probably have just been waiting for, to see yarn stores, yarn friends, and this will be included in this video, which I have named the Yarn Tour Denmark 2022. much inspiration and so many pretty shades in delicious colors, and I felt like I was in heaven. Well, I don't know whether you can feel like that, but anyway, I just immersed myself into that atmosphere and friendly atmosphere of yarn, and just seeing with my hands. It was just lovely. So now we are moving into the last section of this video, which is about what yarn I bought. You would have seen in one of the clips in the video that my daughter just looked through a little collection of yarn, where I don't know whether you spotted the yellow yarn there as well. But what I wanted to buy when I was in Denmark was some very, I'm about to say ordinary, but just regular sock yarn, because I feel that I can't find it here. Yes, we have a lot of hand-dyed sock yarn, beautiful, but sometimes, especially for the men in the family, they want, just a single color, neutral, darker. For socks, for instance, they are not into speckled pinks and stuff. And then also for myself to just have these regular, no fuss socks in yarn that just is durable and can last a lifetime. So I got some of those. And now you will see, okay, we are back in your palette, the neutral palette. Yeah, so these are again different shades of natural browns. So we are back. I am back in my comfort zone, the neutrals and the browns. I have 2 of each of these yarns. Yeah, what can I say? It is a workhorse of a yarn. Works really well. Blankets, babies, kids, socks, men, hats. It is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. I'm looking very much forward to knitting socks with these and finding, beautiful patterns, because to add a bit of femininity to a sock, of this color, for instance, it could be a bit of lace pattern in the sock. Maybe leftovers could be a very nice project just on its own, mixing these colors together. So that could be a beautiful, striped set of socks at the end. Yeah, so a better classic, love them. Staying with the socks, I bought this ball of yarn at Castell in Aalborg. It is a self-striping. I thought it would be nice to have just, sitting around, having in the car, just something on the go project that is just round and round. These will just be plain vanilla, possibly Hermione. Is that Hermione sock something? Which is just a slight texture in the pattern. And this is then 75% wool and 25% nylon. 420 meters per 100 gram, color 02. No fuss, ideal for just a vanilla sock. Yeah. There is a theme here. No surprises there. I also wanted to try out Knitting for Olive's Pure Silk, that was one of the yarns that I've decided up front that I wanted to try. And here it is. And I chose the colorway Olive. I have 3 balls, and this will become a summer top, which I will, well, someday I will cast it on. I know exactly which project it will be. I'll tell you more about that when we get to it. While we were in Norway, we also visited Sandnes Ullvarefabrik, so Sandnes Garn. It's a very big yarn brand in Scandinavia. At Sandnes Garn, I chose this beautiful white yarn. This will also be for a summer top. This is a 100% merino wool non-superwash. It's called Sunday. And I think I got 8 balls or 10 balls of this yarn. I am thinking a short sleeve top with some texture or some lace in it, and just, you know, regular everyday wear. But also if you add a you know, a blazer or a suit jacket to it, it will just be ideal for work wear as well. So I'm looking forward to knitting that. I just want more time. Please send more time my way. Could you? Yeah, so that was on sale. And then I also found this yarn. A beautiful dark steel grey color of the Tynd Line. And I have knitted in this yarn before and I love it. It is a blend of cotton, viscose and linen. 53 cotton, 33% viscose and 14% linen. It's a 440 meters per 100 grams, so a light fingering weight. This will also be for summer top or a summer, it's not a sweater, but blouse type. And I actually have more of this yarn in my stash. So I already have these 2 colors sitting. And maybe they could be combined into something. Stripes coming up maybe, or color work, or color work, or color work. Yeah. It is an amazing, it creates an amazing fabric to wear in summer. It's nice and cool and beautiful. And it drapes really well. Yeah. So I probably have 10 balls of those, the grey, and for all of them actually. So I actually stuck to my plan and I bought the yarn that was on my list. So I'm very, very happy with those additions to my yarn stash or my yarn collection. Finally, I also had the pleasure of visiting one of my Danish knitting friends. We have connected over YouTube and over Instagram, and when Tina heard that I was going to Denmark, she said, "Oh, then you have to come and visit me." And I did, It was such a wonderful day. There is something about this, community that we can connect even though that we haven't met each other. So it was just like visiting an old friend. And Tina has also a podcast. It's called Hverdagsro. Directly translated, Everyday Calm. She podcasts in Danish, and we recorded a joint episode while I was there. It can be found on her YouTube channel, Hverdagsro, and I have put the name here on the bottom of the screen. If you do not speak English, try and see if Google can help you a bit, whether you can add English or another language. Choose the language of the subtitles. It may not be an exact translation, probably won't be, of what we are talking about, but it may give you a gist of, our projects and yarn, and regardless, you can see what a lovely day we had. So please check that out, Hverdagsro, and the episode is also linked. I will actually link it just below here. Tina was so kind giving me a little gift. And now I warn for a bit of crackling. Tina gave me these 2 skeins of beautiful, stunning yarn. It is a sock blend, and the yarn is called It's for Socks. It's a 75% superwash merino, 25 nylon. This amazing color is called rhubarb. One of my favorite words in English, rhubarb. And the dyer behind this adorable 2 skeins of yarn is It's Yarn. I will need to find a special project for these 2 skeins. So far they are just interior decorations here in my craft room. So thank you, Tina, and thank you to you for staying on for so long. I hope you have enjoyed a trip back in time and a trip to another part of the world. I have 2 home countries. It was wonderful to visit my mother country. It's like just you just slide in, and there is a lot of comfort in all things well known, although that we have lived in Australia for 10 years. But the common references from music, actors, film, from when we grew up. Yeah, well, I know for sure that it won't be 5 years again until next time we're going back to Denmark. We are actually thinking of celebrating Christmas in Denmark in 23. Let's see. Fingers crossed, no pandemic or anything that will blow out that plan. But I can't wait to go back. But still, I love being here as well. So it shouldn't sound like I don't like where I am, but there's something special of going back to your roots, for sure. We have come to the end of episode number 42. Thank you for joining me here. And please do subscribe, like, and write a comment. I love reading your comments. And then I'm just looking forward to seeing you again next time. Bye.